Mahapariyavasharanam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Shri Krishnaya Paramatmane Namaha. Om Namo Venkateshaya Namaha. In Sri Venkatesha Perumal Avatar Katha, in the last week we saw that Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva had taken the form of cow and calf respectively, and they went to, they were taken by Mother Lord Mahalakshmi to the Chola kingdom, and the cow and the calf were given away to the Chola kingdom by the mother Lord Mahalakshmi, and she goes back. Now, having received this cow and calf, the queen was pretty happy, as she was expecting a lot of milk for her son from that cow. And as a normal process, the cowherd takes this cow and calf along with all of the thousands of cows for grazing. But this cow goes on in search for Lord Srinivasa, because she came for feeding Lord Srinivasa. For a few days first, initially, she's not able to find out Lord Srinivasa, but after some time, she's able to locate Lord Srinivasa under a tamarind tree on the bank of river Swami Pushkarani in the Venkatesha mountain. She was pretty happy to locate Lord Srinivasa, and she starts feeding him by showering milk on the Valmikam, that is anthill. That way she was feeding him every day. So as she was feeding him every day, her others are kind of exhausted and there's no milk at all, and then the queen doesn't get milk for her son, so she gets pretty agitated, and she questions the cowherd as to what's happening and why is it not that cow is not giving milk at all for her son. And that boy cowherd says that I have no idea, madam, I'm just taking these cows as usual for grazing along with thousands of cows, and they just come back as usual. I'm not at all guilty. I don't drink the milk myself, neither do I sell it outside, is what he says. And this lady gets totally agitated. She doesn't get pacified with this answer. She picks up a stick and she starts hitting him very badly, assuming that the boy is lying. So with this hit, the boy is very much hurt, and he wants to find out the reason where this cow is going. So next day he ties up a rope on the neck of the cow, and he starts going behind it to see where it goes. When he follows the cow, he sees that the cow goes to the Venkatesha mountain near the Swami Pushkarani bank, where the anthill is situated below the tamarind tree, and she starts showering milk on the Valmikam. She couldn't understand what's happening, because why should the cow stand here and why should she shower the milk and empty her udders there on the Valmikam? He's perplexed about it. But then he is very angry because of this cow's activity only, this cow's action only. He got hit by the queen very badly. He's very, very agitated because of that, and he picks up an axe. He picks up an axe and he was about to hit the cow, almost kind of murder the cow because of the anger he had. The moment Lord Srinivasa realized this, Tada Valmikagaha Swami Vatsalyam Darshayan Harihe. Lord Srinivasa demonstrates his affection towards the cow, that is Vatsalyam, towards his Bhakta, who is in the form of cow now. He says, when a Bhakta who is serving his Lord continuously takes pain for the sake of Lord, and at that point of time, if Lord is going to tolerate the pain that is being undergone by the Bhakta, then that Lord will get into hell for several years, for a long time, until moon and nakshatra stars are alive. And hence it becomes my duty to save my Bhakta. This cow has been feeding me every day, and this cowherd is going to hit the cow which was serving me every day. Even when a devotee is going to offer me just one leaf of tulasi, then if he's going to worship me with just one leaf of tulasi, then it becomes my duty to protect him, is what I have promised to my bhaktas. If that is the case, then what do I say about this cow which has been serving me every day by feeding me and showering me with milk and appeasing my hunger? It becomes my duty to protect this cow at any cost. Thinking so, Lord Srinivasa, without any further delay, comes out of Valmikam immediately, and he puts out his head to take the hit of the axe. And that cowherd, hits when he hit with the axe, the hit is taken by Lord Srinivasa on his head. Because of the sharpness of the axe which hit Lord Srinivasa's head, his head is very badly injured with a crack, and a lot of blood comes out of his head to the extent of 7 times the length of one's palm. Now, looking at this, this man who's come out of the Valmikam, that is Lord Srinivasa, cowherd doesn't understand anything about the situation. He's totally perplexed. He's bewildered to see a person coming out of the Valmikam and taking the hit himself, and then lots of blood coming out of his head. Now he's almost fainting. In fact, he leaves the earth. So when that cowherd also dies, and since Lord Srinivasa is very badly injured on his head with blood flowing out very badly, the cow is extremely distressed, and the cow's body is also stained with blood from Lord Srinivasa. So cow decides to go down the Mount Venkatesha. She comes down Venkatesha mountain. She goes on to the kingdom, and she stands in front of the king in order to communicate that there's something wrong. When the king sees the cow in front of him with a lot of blood stains all over her body, he is also perplexed. In fact, the kind of mental pain which the cow is going through is almost equivalent to a cow that has lost her child. That is a kind of tremendous amount of mental pain that cow is going through. She was in tears. So the king now calls upon for another cowherd, and he says that, "Hey cowherd, now what happened? Why is this cow coming alone? Why is the body full of bloodstains? It's totally not understandable. So please, why don't you do something?" And what happened to the cowherd who already left along with thousands of cows? "You please go along with this cow, see what's happened. You also please check out what happened to the other cows who are grazing in the land there, in the mountains there. And you please leave it along with the other cows and check out the situation, come back and let me know what's happening." So when this was instructions were given by the king, the other cowherd, to abide by the instructions, leaves the kingdom along with the cow which has a lot of bloodstains. He starts going behind the cow, and the cow starts walking towards the Venkatesha mountain. So to see what next, we will we'll wait till the next episode next Saturday. Mahaparivasharanam, Radhe Krishna.